Cheers, Drew.
Hello, Brian.
We got an exciting pen to talk about.
Yes, we do.
The Platinum Prefounte.
Prefounte?
Prefounte.
Prefounte, yeah.
Prefounte.
Prefounte.
It's a nice addition to the Platinum line. Platinum,
Yes.
They have a wide range, like many of the Japanese brands. You can get really affordable, and you can get really expensive.
Yes, you could go with like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Makie Urushi, or you can go with, you know, the beloved
The Preppy.
Preppy. Everybody knows the Preppy.
This thing has been like a standby
Yeah.
starter pen for so long. $4.50 to $5 for a Preppy. Very solid pen, hard to beat. So basically what Platinum did is they took the essence of Preppy and turned that, just classed it up a little bit. Sort of like dressed it up. Like if a Preppy was going for a job interview, I feel like it would look like a Prefounte.
Oh, interesting.
Does that make sense? Or if it was like meeting its significant other's parents for the first time, maybe this is what it would look like.
All right, so here we've got the Preppy compared to the new Prefounte.
So it's a very similar body. In fact, if you actually take the cap off, it's going to be basically identical. You get some different colors. You get more jewel tones, and there's no printing on the body like you have with the Preppy. Like this has got a barcode. It's clearly made to just be like stocked in a stationery store kind of thing.
It's very utility with little attention paid to flashing.
Exactly. So same guts as the Preppy. Nib unit, all that stuff is exactly the same. But cleaner body, it's got, you know, the different colors, more consistent color throughout. So it just looks a little classier in my opinion.
And then the metal clip,
clip is jazzed up a bit.
Does it have an indicator of the size?
It does not on the top.
So you'll see that.
But it does on the nib itself. That's going to be really hard to get.
Yeah,
maybe,
which these do as well. So it looks to be the same nib.
It is the same nib. So it's 0.5 is medium, 0.3 is fine. Those are the two nib sizes available in the Prefounte. And it's $10 as opposed to, you know, it's basically twice the price of a Preppy, which you're like, twice the price. But the thing is, it's such an affordable pen.
Yeah.
Like, they really can't do much to make it different and not have the price increase a little bit. But if you had a $100 pen and you went to 105, you'd be like, that doesn't even matter. It just seems dramatic because it's such an affordable pen normally. So I personally am like, at $10, this is still a steal.
I think so.
Great pen. So same durability. Shove that one in there.
There we go.
Same durability. So you got several different colors here. 5, in fact, as you can count. So you've got crimson red. You've got vermilion orange. You have, oh my gosh, what are the colors? Graphite blue. Nope, which one is this? I'm having a hard time seeing in the light. I believe that one's graphite blue. Yeah. This one is night sea and then dark emerald. I like them all, honestly. But for me, night sea is kind of the winner.
The emerald stands out to me.
I know.
The emerald stands out to me.
It's a good one too.
And when you mentioned jewel tone, that one sticks out to me.
Yeah.
It is a really good emerald.
Is it because it's called emerald?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that why it stands out? Emerald is a jewel, Drew.
I'm kidding.
Or a gem. Is a gem and a jewel the same thing?
Gem tones, jewel tones?
I don't know. But anyway, so
they're very nice. They're very fun.
They are very fun. The thing is, they come with one cartridge, which is a Platinum proprietary cartridge, which they have several different color options: black, carbon black, blue black, pigmented blue, pink, brown, light blue, red, green, and violets, as well as some highlighter colors. But just why? They make highlighter colors for the highlighter pens.
These look like they would swap.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to test that out, actually. So we're going to do that right now. See if the grips can swap. See if the nibs can swap. Okay. Try the grip first.
All right, here. You can have my Prefounte. I'll take your Preppy.
Okay.
Your Zach Morris, if you will.
There you go.
There we go. So same grip section, same feed, same nib.
Which is cool because if you really like the extra fine nib, they have an extra fine on the Platinum Preppy. So you could get a Preppy with an extra fine and put it on your Prefounte. There you go. You getting mixed up here?
No, I totally have everything under control.
Always. Drew's on top of it. I also was curious about the marker, because they make a Preppy marker, they make a Preppy highlighter.
That's right, and that's got also the same feed and grip section.
It does. So I would assume, dropping converters everywhere, cartridges, whatever they're called. There you go. So the grip's going to swap because, let's be real, they're not going to redesign it on a $5
Right. And if you want to take a more steep jump up in price, they've got the older cousin of the line, the Plaisir. And that, again, has the same nib and grip section.
This one's maybe the one that you would have at the job interview. Maybe that's more. That looks a little more.
Yeah. So this one's closer to the $20 range at 17 something, and
1760.
1760.
I don't know why you can't remember that, Drew.
Well, it was a very good year. I remember.
Yeah.
I think I had a pinata for
What's
my birthday.
anything that happened in 1760? Can you tell me?
Somebody was born.
Oh, Many people, in fact.
So this one's an aluminum, or brass. What do we got going on here? This is brass. Brass, aluminum?
Aluminum.
It's metal.
It's aluminum.
It's aluminum.
Yeah, it's light. It's got the metallic look going on.
Yes,
so
it
if you wanted, so you got options. I'm swapping the nibs in between the two. The nibs, you can just pull them out. The nib and
yeah,
feed
they're
is
super
attached,
easy to remove.
which is great for cleaning because it's just friction fit in there. You can swap it between these pens. So if you have Preppies, Plaisirs, if you have the these new ones, Prefountes. I almost said Procyon. Procyon's a different pen, completely different nib setup, so that one's not going to be as interchangeable.
Right, and that one's more of a significant step up in price, over in the $50 range.
Yep, but with the Prefounte, you are getting the same kind of sealing mechanism, that slip and seal.
The slip and seal.
So it's
like slip and slide, except practical and not dangerous.
Yes, slip and slides really are the worst.
You're not going to get a rock lodged in your spleen when you write with these.
Hopefully not, because if you are, you're doing it wrong.
Call a hospital.
The thing about these, they're $10, which is great, but it doesn't come with a converter. Just being honest, up front, comes with one cartridge. You got to buy more cartridges. They're $3.50 for a 2-pack. If you want the converter, it's $8.
Which is
so that's a jump.
Yes.
I will admit, Platinum's converters are
they're pricey.
A little pricey.
Yeah.
But this is what they look like. They have a gold version. They have a silver version.
They're good converters. I like these because they're very easy to disassemble.
They're very solid. Yes.
Yeah.
When you're cleaning them out, you just unscrew the back. We're going deep on this right now here. You can pull that thing apart. Boom. Pull that out. If you really want to, you can take all these little bits and pieces apart. Oh gosh.
Oh, look what he did.
It's all right.
But the pen, while if you look at a Platinum Century, the price of the converter isn't crazy or ludicrous, though most of them come with them. But with these, the idea is not to have this be a new pen to just launch you into another world of collection. They're very practical, which means cartridges are probably what they're intended to be used for. I don't think they're priced to have the converter.
And these pens are sold globally. Like in different parts of the world, cartridges are the prominent thing. Definitely not in the U.S. And especially because Platinum is not as known of a brand, you can't just like walk into an Office Depot and buy Platinum cartridges.
Or an ink. Like you need to be able to find ink to use in a converter, and an ink is not nearly as readily available as cartridges.
So I'm going to give you some little bonus content here.
Ooh.
We're going to try to do this quickly, but you can eyedropper convert your Prefounte just like you can your Preppy. I would not recommend it on the Plaisir because it's metal, and the aluminum will react with the ink.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. So if you do not want to pay for a converter, which I would understand, and that's okay, there's no judgment here. And if you want to increase your ink capacity, you can get an ink syringe, you can have your ink of choice, which I have Noodler's Black, which is just kind of like our standard, I'm going to ink up something.
And if you didn't already know about the slip and seal cap, while Brian does that, the slip and seal cap is an inner cap that is spring-loaded so that when you cap your pen, the spring presses down on an inner cap to create a really, really nice seal, if you see what's happening there.
You can see that going on.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
And he's getting there.
Do it one more time.
Might have to B-roll it a little bit.
Yeah. You see that spring moving?
Yep.
Beautiful.
It's a nice, nice addition.
And
at a really affordable price, too.
Yeah.
This is pretty impressive.
They'll seal really well. So if you want to eyedropper convert this bad boy, I know we're bouncing back and forth. Thanks for hanging with us on that. Can you hold that real quick, Drew?
You betcha.
I feel like I'm
doesn't have ink in it, does it?
It does. So the O-ring, which we sell actually as Platinum Preppy O-rings, but it's just a standard like 10.5 millimeter. I can't remember the exact diameter, but it's around there. So you just take your fingernail, you get it around there. You don't technically have to have the O-ring. You can just use silicone grease, or you could just use the O-ring.
Or you could do both.
You could do both because if you're carrying around a body full of multiple milliliters of permanent ink in your pocket, you might just want to take some precautions on your Prefounte.
You can use your finger, a cotton swab, a toothpick, whatever you want.
It's silicone grease. It's completely inert. Will not react with the ink. And then you just grease it up and literally just screw it together. And now you got ink. You can slosh it around inside the body of the pen, which looks cool. And give it a few seconds and it'll work.
But you can actually see the feed becoming saturated. And this is something that sometimes freaks people out when they see it, because if they've got a demonstrator grip session where you can see the inner workings of the feed, it can be surprising if you're not used to that. If you're used to having an opaque feed where you're an opaque grip section where you're not seeing that, you might think your pen is leaking.
Sorry, Andy, I'm like...
your pen is definitely not leaking when you see that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to let that...
It's a good thing.
We're going to let that work its way through. Let's go ahead and ink up the other one because we have both the fine and the medium. So I have a converter on this one. We'll just
there you go.
do this one. There we go. I like getting to ink up some pens, Drew. We don't always do this in right now.
No, we don't.
It's nice to do it every now and then. It takes a little more time, so we appreciate y'all as the audience really investing with us, sitting there, hanging in, listening to the story. Now, when you do fill these guys, they tend to get a little bit of ink that gets up in, I don't know if you can see that, because my hand's in the way.
Yeah.
You get a little ink in there, so I just take the paper towel and soak it up. That really helps, and then you don't get so much ink that's up by your hand.
You don't want this.
I don't want that.
This one's good to go.
That thing's dead to me. Is it good to go?
Not entirely.
It takes a second, because whenever you eyedropper convert or put in a cartridge and the feed is dry, you got to kind of work its way through. So you can do the shakedown, which is what Drew's doing right there, and you just kind of work its way through.
Yeah.
I'm a little
if
more
you wanted to lightly tap as though you were writing like with normal pressure, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't want to really slam it. You want to be
this one's a medium.
Careful.
You got the fine right there. So this is. Here, you keep working on that, Drew.
I will. I'm shaking it.
Not block my hand now.
Well, I don't want to shake it on
Andy,
the table.
where are we at here? Where are we at? So this one is good to go because I inked this one.
There we go.
You know, with the converter. So this is a platinum. Oh, I hate writing the word platinum because too many humps. Prefounte medium. And this is Noodler's Black. Oh man, I am like really looking kind of scribbly here, but it's all good. Boom. So that's what you got going on there. And then to show what we got going on with the fine.
So I'm guessing you're not one of those people that likes to write the word minimum?
Oh, and community?
So you don't like the humps. A lot of people really, really like the word minimum as like a test.
Well, I get lost. I just end up kind of like
minimum.
Yeah, so
I see.
Oops, and I cannot talk and write at the same time. I forgot an E. This is the fine.
Hey, Brian.
See there.
What'd you do yesterday? What's your favorite movie, Brian?
I forgot the E again. This is terrible. I mean, it's really bad. But anyway, so you can see the difference there between the medium and the fine. Now there's some speculation like this writes wetter than a preppy or whatever. That's not been my experience. It might just be because it's a fresh fill or something like that.
Yeah, well, you can see what we showed you.
It's
the same nib, same feed, same grip.
Same thing.
They literally take the same, they produce the same part.
So to wrap it up, Drew, do you think it's worth $10 for a Prefounte versus a preppy?
I do. I would buy one before I'd buy a preppy.
I would buy two, because I do. These two are mine that we just inked up.
There you go.
I'm keeping them.
I absolutely would. I think they're just a little bit more pizzazzy.
Indeed.
And I like pizzazzy. I feel like I identify with pizzazzy.
There you go. So when you want to get pizzazzy and you want to dress up to meet your significant other's parents for the first time, that Prefounte might be the pen for you.
Definitely.
You can check it out on gouletpens.com. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and right on.